This video was shot on December 18, 2024 at 3:54 pm. I captured this moment to remember this day, the day I got rejected by 3 companies. This was the lowest phase of my placement journey. While recording this video, I was completely blank, confused and helpless. Didn't know how to face my parents and had no clue what to do next. Didn't even know what went wrong. Sometimes it takes breakdown to have a breakthrough. At that time, I didn't know that it was my breakdown phase. If you are new here, I am Selvan. I make videos on career growth, skill building and personal development. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you may not miss any of the life-changing content. Without any delay, let's get started. 7th semester. This is when placement begins for most of the tier 2 colleges. Exactly 1 year ago, I gave my first placement test for a product-based IT company. And you know what? I got rejected. But I didn't take it too seriously because it was the first company I attended and it was the first test I wrote. And also, to be honest, it was not even related to my branch. So I was pretty lethargic about the test results. After a few days, I gave few more tests. But I not even got shortlisted for a single company. That's when reality hit me. Actually, companies focus on 2 main areas. One is aptitude and another one is coding. Aptitude is common for both IT and core companies, but in the case of coding, it will be only asked by the IT companies, and core companies will test your knowledge on the core subjects of your branch. When I analyzed what's going wrong and why I'm getting rejected, that's when I found I was making mistakes in the coding part. Since I'm from mechanical background, I only know LOL program and not more than that. Also, if you see, I was very much good at aptitude, and since I was not good at coding part, I was keep on getting rejected. I don't know whether it was just my bad timing because for the first 1 month, the companies that came were mostly IT companies and there were no mechanical companies at all. And that's when I realized and my inner self said to me that, Selvan, if you don't learn to code, then it's going to be so hard for you to get placed. Then I took a course on Udemy and started to learn coding. I won't say I hated coding, but I didn't like it as much as my mechanical subjects. Exactly after a month, one core company came for the drive. It was a pooled campus drive and the role offered by the company was technical sales engineer with a salary of 6 LPA. For that, I cleared the test, just a minute round, group discussion, and finally I was at the interview, and this was my first interview. And it was a Japanese company and the people who took interview were Japanese. To be honest, I really found it difficult to understand the English they spoke because their pronunciation of words were so different and it was difficult for me to understand. Since it was a technical sales role, he asked me 2 questions related to sales. One was he asked me to convince him to read physical book instead of ebook. I answered this question very easily. I spoke about the feel that he will be getting while reading a physical book and the eye irritations that can be ignored by reading a physical book. Those kind of points I added and he looked convinced. And the second question was, he asked me to convince him to eat Indian cuisine instead of Japanese cuisine. Once he asked the question, I started to give my answers. Actually, for a sales role, we should not do like that. If your interviewer is asking a question about something which you don't know, you have to get the information from him. Then you have to give your answers. I doesn't know anything about Japanese cuisine, but once he said Japanese cuisine, I started to give my own answers. I didn't ask any question to him. That's the mistake I done. Then after a while, he stopped me and explained me how to answer this question. For that question, I couldn't answer properly and I started to blabber something. After completing the interview, I myself know the results, but still I took it as an experience. Also, after a week, I got selected for another company's interview and it was a core company. And this time I was well prepared with the correct questions and ready for the interview. During the interview, he asked me to say about myself and then he asked me about my hobbies. That's where I made my mistake. I mentioned content creation. Right there on the spot, he asked me about my page and he checked it. Because let's be honest, most of the companies don't want to hire candidates who are involved in something like this. So this time it wasn't not because of lack of preparation. This time I spoke some unwanted information. And again I got rejected. Once I started getting rejected by core companies itself, that's when I took coding preparation seriously. Whether I liked it or not, I just adapted to the situation and started to learn coding. Because at that point, getting placed was my goal. During placements, companies come and hire people from departments like CS, ECE, IT, CSBS, AML, Mechatronics, EEE, and then comes mechanical engineering. But do you know what? These companies will mention in mail like candidates required except mechanical and civil. I don't know what's wrong with them, but most of the companies did like this. So the opportunity for me become very less. Only I have few IT companies and few core companies. That's when I got a chance to attend the test of an IT company, that is TCS. Why I'm mentioning the name of this IT company is because this created a huge impact on my mindset. I was learning coding for 3 months and I was parallelly attending core companies interview and keep on getting rejected. All those days of preparation finally paid off. I cracked TCS NQT and I was eligible for Ninja offer. For students who don't know about this, let me explain. TCS offers 3 packages. One is Ninja for 3.36 LPA, another one is Digital for 7 LPA and another one is Prime for 9 LPA. So based on the marks, you will be given the offer. So I scored a decent mark and I was eligible for Ninja offer interview. TCS was a premium partner of our college, so they usually recruit in bulk numbers. Most of the people on YouTube said TCS interview would be very easy and if you are very good at fundamentals, you can surely crack it. And yes, I too was very much comfortable with fundamentals of coding because I was learning coding for past 3 months. Then the interview day come and on that interview day, about 600 plus students were attending TCS interview. They divided students based on the department and the offers they received. When my turn came, I gone to attend the interview. But they stopped 7 mechanical students, in which one of them is me. I had been preparing right up to the last minute, but suddenly I was stopped and they said you couldn't attend the interview. But students from other departments were attending the interview, but I was stopped and they said no, your interview was postponed. I was clueless on that time. I immediately went to my placement coordinator and informed about this. For that she said, oh yeah, sorry guys, your interview was postponed and you will be having it within a week. This was the reply I got from her. Then I asked, ma'am, but why only for 7 members you postponed? Is there any particular reason or something like that? She said that mechanical students who got Ninja offer and attended the PLM training in the college are not supposed to attend this drive. They will be having a separate drive known as PLM drive that will be conducted in the TCS office itself. And that's when I remembered a few weeks ago I attended a training in my college. In that session they taught me about PLM software. So now the students who attended the training and who are eligible for Ninja offer were moved to a separate drive. I didn't know whether this drive would happen or not. Even if it did, I don't know how it will happen and when it will happen. Like this, lot of questions started to arise in my mind. Students around me from my department and other departments were getting placed, but I was just sitting idle. I was very confident that I would get this offer, but at the last moment they stopped me from attending the interview. Before this, I had missed lot of opportunities because of mail issues from the company's side. I thought this as the last hope, but again they made me to wait. After 3 weeks, I finally received my mail and went to TCS office to attend the interview. To my knowledge, I know only TCS as an IT company. I don't know that TCS has job opportunities for mechanical engineers too. With this confusion, I learned coding as well as mechanical core subjects. When my time came to attend the interview, I got afraid. Seriously, my hands started to shiver. It doesn't happen to me when I attended those 2 interviews previously. Suddenly, at this moment, my hands start to shiver and I was very much afraid of this interview. Because of continuous failing in tests and continuous rejections in interviews, that created a self-doubt on myself. And also that fear gave me a thought that this is the only opportunity you have in your hand. If you didn't crack this, you won't get a job hereafter. With this mindset, I go and sat on the interview panel and the interview was around 30 to 45 minutes. I did somewhat well even though I got afraid. With a lot of hopes, I came out from their office. After 2 weeks, I was in Satyabama College for a campus drive and it was a pooled campus. That morning, one of my friends rushed to me and asked whether you received a call from the placements regarding TCS results. I said, no, I didn't get anything. Why, what's the matter? For that he replied, one of his friends who attended the same PLM drive I attended got call from the placements and they asked him that whether he is accepting the TCS offer or not. At that moment, my mind went completely blank. I could feel myself slipping into depression. I waited for the call from placements till afternoon, but I didn't receive any. After that, I came to know that out of 7 members, 5 members were selected for TCS offer and 2 were rejected. In that 2 members, one of them is me. I had a CGPA of 8 with no history of arrears and with good communication skills and with decent technical skills. So, I just couldn't accept this. On the other side, my parents were believing that I will be getting placed in TCS, but I was rejected. I didn't know how I'm going to tell this message to them. On the very same day, I also got rejected in the pooled campus drive and also not shortlisted for the another company's test which I wrote 2 days earlier. In a single day, I faced 3 rejections. I was completely clueless, and that's when I shot this video.
Hello all, and today is December 19, 2024. Yes, yesterday was a terrific day for me. Actually, on 18th December 2024, I got a placement drive. So I just traveled to Satyabama University, which was around 50 kilometers from here. And once I got into Satyabama, I came to know that I was not selected in TCS. The surprising part is actually 7 members only attended PLM. 5 members were selected and 2 members were rejected. One of them is myself. This is the one of the easiest interview, but I can't make it.
After this incident, I remained silent for 2 days. I completely stopped preparing for placements and started to distract myself by watching movies. Then within few days, New Year came. We all go through the toughest phases of life, but what we do after that defines your journey. During New Year, I took a resolution. I wanted to make 2025 as the best year of my life. When I look back my 4 years of college life, more than academics, I concentrated more on content creation. So I thought to take it as full time and work on it. I plan to post as many videos as possible in the year 2025 in my channel. At the same time, I didn't leave the placements too. During 8th semester, most of the core companies started to come to my college. This time, I'm very much aware of my mistakes and had a clear thought on what I do. No confusion, no fear, because this time I believed myself. I have nothing to lose. So whatever happens, I was in the mindset of Then I attended a lot of companies and started to get shortlisted in most of them. Also, I got an offer of 4 LPA as a digital marketing executive, but the location was in Gujarat, so I rejected it. And again, I started to focus more on the core companies itself. I cleared every single round and got rejected in the final technical interview. At the beginning, I couldn't even clear the test, but now I can go till the final interview. Sometimes things have to go very wrong before they can be right. After getting rejected in 8 interviews and countless number of tests, I finally got